assessment. Now, hopefully it's already started to record. Okay, recording started. Okay, now for the final assessment, during those interview that you are going to be conducting, basically, sales, for those people who choose sales and distribution, is quite straightforward. You already know what this process is all about. It's about how does the sales process is being conducted. So you interview the case company about how do they do their sales? How do the customer approach this company or that company? For example, pharmacy. How does the customer buy their product? What is the step-by-step? Basically, it's going to be customer walk in, customer browsing, customer pick the product, customer going to ask about the product, customer going to ask for discount, or basically membership or something, and then proceed with payment, give invoice, and then done. So basically, hopefully it's going to be that simple. It's different depending on the case company itself. Now, material management. This is going to be an interview session where you're going to be asking the case company, how do they conduct their purchasing? Let's say, for example, barbershop. They are running low or something, or they want to buy something new that they're going to sell to their customer. Let's say, for example, shaving cream, or aftershave. I don't remember why is it being called. Or basically, let's say, for example, hair gel, okay, pomade or something. How do they define that this is something new? How do they define inside their company? How does the purchasing is being done? Is it that they go to different shops and find suppliers, see which one is the cheapest, and then buy it and then bring it to the record the financial impact of buying those items? So this is straightforward. You buy, how does the company conduct their purchasing on certain items? Depend on what you want, that you want to ask. Either for, let's say, for barbershop, purchasing of of equipments, for example. How do they purchase new scissors? How do they purchase new blades? They want to they are running low on shaving blades, for example. Okay, now this is something that is not really explained yet. We haven't gone through this yet. So IWM, no, someone is joining us. Okay, now IWM case 3. This is basically warehouse when basically you need to deliver something. This is related to sale. This is basically you are taking out items from your inventory. So when you approach a company, let's say, for example, we try tailor. Now, tailor. A customer is going to buy one roll of fabric, for example. So you ask them, you ask the company, how do you conduct sale if the customer would like to buy one roll of fabric? What is the process? So customer walk in, customer requested for pricing for one roll of it's no longer that part. It's basically customer already know what they want. Create sales order. How much is the pricing? You want to see whether the item is there, and then basically this is how SAP doing it. But let's say in real life, customer already agreed to buy this roll of fabric. So you take it out, provide them with the invoice, how much they need to pay, and then pay. It could be that simple. Customer pick which fabric they want, you give them, pay for it, and then the transaction is done. So it could be that simple. This is the inventory part of the tailor. How do you see tailor shop keep their inventory in terms of their fabric? Through shelf. this one will be explained later. Hopefully you can basically ask them in terms of if you want to take out an inventory because of sale, how do you do it? And then the next part is basically HCM is the one, you don't need to basically do all of it, but interviewing a case company on this question. Now, take note on this. I already recorded this, so hopefully you can refer back to this recording for your interview session with the company related to Human Capital Management 1. Is about the question, the interview session, the process that you need to know for that certain case organization is basically how do they hire people. And from advertising until that person is confirmed to be hired at that company with proper salary, if available, benefits, and so on. So those are the things that you need to ask for those people who choose Human Capital Management 1. You need to ask, how do you hire people, and and then how do you what is the process of hiring until that person is until the person started working in that organization for the first day. It could be simple, it could be complex, depend. But currently for the case company that I mentioned to you, the hardest part will be barber and pharmacy. Tailor, maybe not much. Pet shop, maybe not much. A tailor is going to be a little bit extensive. Pet shop is not going to be much. It's basically, the process could be you advertise. The company advertised, someone came in, interview, selecting based on, let's say for example, their expertise, on the people who came for the interview expertise. Do they know how to trim? Do they know how to work in the barbershop? Can they trim hair? Do they have previous experience? That is for example. And then basically putting a number for their salary, and then they can start working. So you just asking, okay, now sales, you need to ask how the sales process work. Purchasing, you need to ask how the purchasing process work. IWM, you need to ask how the inventory is being taken out for sales. For Human Capital Management, you need to ask how do the company hire people and for basically until the first day that the person is going to be working with the organization. So hopefully those are the context of questions that you can ask the case company. So if anything, just refer back to the recording. Okay, I'm stop recording here.